Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to part 2 of Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. Sorry, Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. And the reason I made that fix is because this is part 2 of studying how Roberto Duran fought. Before I do the lesson on how to fight like Roberto Duran, I just remembered that this fight was 15 rounds. The first part was up to 6. I'm picking up in the 7th. I might just do up to 12 and then the last part, upload the last part 3 or put it in this video. Okay, just because of the length of the video, I don't want to make it an hour long. So yeah, okay, so we'll see how it goes. Talking about Duran, picking up from part 1. There's a lot of talked about his style. If you haven't watched that, please go check it out. And now we're going to continue talking about him. Now, I talked about how he drops his left hand. He keeps it low a lot of the times, but he keeps that right hand up. Now, he is a little bit more squared here with his stomach. His right hand is beside his head. It's not in front of his chin. How normally when someone would drop their hand would look like right there. Normally, someone that drops their lead hand would have their hand across or in front of their chin or their chin behind their backhand to catch jabs, and then they would put their hand to their side like this if they see a hook coming. But with Duran, he doesn't really hold it here most of the time. Even when he drops his left hand, you could see he keeps his right hand right beside his ear, covering his chin, and doesn't seem to be worried about the incoming jabs. Here he's just pawing with the jab, and you could see how he kind of leans in a little bit when he throws his jab. Like I said in part 1, this video isn't to break down this fight necessarily, but to break down Duran's style. So just a refresher for myself, and maybe you guys will learn something new before I make the lesson video on how to fight like Duran. Now Duran here, he's stepping in with the jab, leaning in, sticking that jab. Right hand, his elbow goes up. Not very defensively sound, his jab. You can get countered with the right hand if you throw it like that, but Duran knows what Duran can do and what punches Duran could take. Let's talk about this right here. Okay, now this is something that I was actually teaching today. Okay, so if my clients, I'm not going to say their names, if the boxers I'm training, if they watch my video today, which they should so they learn, this is something I was talking about today, which is the big step. Now Duran here, he's doing a big step. In boxing, we're taught small steps, that's right, but you do have to take a big step especially when you want to land the right hand. We're going to watch this right here with Duran's front foot. Watch this big step he takes when he throws the hook. Okay, now this does two things. First of all, it brings him closer to Leonard. Second of all, he's throwing the hook, so Leonard has to stay on this side, and then he's going to drive in with that right hand. Okay, so we'll see it again right here. It's going to be a bigger step with the front foot. Boom, boom. Okay, the right hand might have not landed clean. Let's look at his footwork. So he steps in big first. He steps in big. He drops the left hand, and he kind of circles it in. By the time it lands, his right foot is already on the move, and then he throws the right hand. So what I was teaching my students today was a little bit different. What I taught them today was do this part, right, and then bring in the right foot. But what Duran does here is he steps in with that lead foot, and then as he touches the ground, his right foot is already on the ground, and then he throws the right hand. Okay, so what I taught my students was to step in with that left foot, okay, and then land the right hand as the right foot touches the ground, like stepping in with the right hand. But what Duran is doing different, that one works too, but what Duran is doing different here is he's doing the lead big step, and then he's stepping in with the right foot, and then as soon as he steps in with the right foot, it touches the ground, then he twists it into the right hand. So two different ways of doing it. I was teaching them more a little bit different way, but watch how he does it here in full speed. So he steps in with the right hand, then throws steps in with the right foot, then throws the right hand. Just something just caught my eye right now because I was literally teaching it today about the right hand. I'm going to make a video on that about the big step going forward with the right hand, because the right hand is hard to land for a lot of people. Now, I talked about this in part 1 about Duran. When he throws the right hand, he often does this. Here he faked it, but he often steps southpaw or even squares up when he throws the right hand. Here he's going for more of just closing the distance. I'm not going to talk about too much about that lead foot big step. I'll make a video of it separately. But I just wanted to point out how Duran's doing it, so I remember to talk about it in the boxing lesson. Nice moves by Leonard there. Like I said in part 1, I'm not going to be talking too much about Leonard, so if you see him make a nice move and I don't talk about it, please forgive me. This video is about Duran. I'll make a video also about how to fight like Sugar Ray Leonard in the future, but for now we are focusing on Mr. Duran. Some inside work, a lot of tying up from both fighters. Just a little tangle up there. Now there. So Duran does this a lot. If you see, I already pointed this in the beginning of the round. His right hand is up, his left hand is low, and he paused with his jab a lot before he attacks. Like he'll lean in with it and touch. He faked the right hand right there. Left hook to get in. He does the same move before he steps in with like a big left hook or a big jab and then a right hand. He does this little pawing motion right here. He's kind of timing his attack, I think. Let's watch it again in full speed or regular speed. He faked that right hand. I thought he was about to come in with the right hand right there, but he faked it and then came in with the left hook. Like I said in part 1, Leonard is going to hold on a lot in this fight because fighting on the inside with Duran is pretty vicious. Even when he fought bigger guys, he would beat him up on the inside. So I can accept why Leonard is holding on. I would hold on too. There is a flash of that right uppercut he throws to the body. And watch his head movement on the inside, bending at the waist. His right uppercut right here. Boom, to the body. Now, the one I wanted to show you guys was where he goes under the right hand and throws that uppercut to the body. But here he just wings it in. Leonard trying to tie up one hand at a time. He's holding the left hand right here, but Duran's working right uppercuts when he's being held. Very good inside fighter. Great inside fighter. Working those uppercuts. So is Leonard. And Duran takes his time on the inside. Okay? He's now in no rush. He's going to break you down on the inside. He's in no rush to land his combinations on the inside. He's relaxed. He breathes. Unlike his attacks, where he's always very vicious with his attacks from the outside, he does take his time on the inside and looks for a nice shot. Let's see what happens here. So he goes in for the uppercut. Leonard goes in for the right hand at the same time. Goes under that left hook. Kind of comes up on the outside of Leonard's shoulder because Leonard missed with the hook. Here, he's going to readjust himself. A little pivot. Come back with a left hook. Right uppercut. Left hook. Let's see how he throws his left hook, because he threw a left hook, Leonard threw a right hand, but Leonard's right hand landed on his back. So watch when he throws the left hook, how he twists away and the right hand lands on his shoulder, on his back. Let's watch this in full speed because it was pretty. Boom. Nice body work by Duran. And like I said, Ray Arcel, Duran's coach, I talked about him in the first part, so I'm not going to talk too much about him. But look at the time, and he's all ready to get up in the ring. So always ahead of the break. He's always ready. Very, very good. Great trainer and great cornerman also. So there's those pawing jabs from Duran. He often throws the right hand from there after he paused a couple times. I'm not sure what that was from Duran. There's those body shots. Let's see right here. Boom. He's going to throw right here. He throws that body shot, but while going under punches. That's the one I'm waiting for to see so I can show you guys. I'm going to talk about it in the lesson too, but see how he just wings those uppercuts on the inside. Very aware of his surroundings. Leonard pivoted and he was still able to get away from a shot from the left hook, I believe. And see, Ray Arcel is already in the ring by the time Duran gets back to the corner. And then he's going to help him on the way up right here, like I talked about in the first part of this fight. They're going for the counter. Let's see how he counters with the right, or throws the lead right. Waits on the front foot. Does a little hop. But Leonard gets away from that by sticking out his left hand and slipping to the right. So right hand doesn't really connect, but I'm just watching how he throws his punches, why and when. So here he's pawing with the jab, feinting, feint, jab, feint jab, and left hook, steps in with that, but Leonard steps back. I would expect him next time to do that, to follow up with the right hand. Nice counter right there. Very good counter puncher. As an attacker and as a counter puncher, Duran did both very, very well. Boom, boom, step back left hook, right uppercut to the body. Leonard holding on, trying not to let Duran work on the inside, holding on to that left hand, but Duran still works that right hand, gets a left hook, right uppercut in there, trying to work his way out, but Leonard is really holding on. And I see how he's very patient on the inside. He'll explode, but he's very patient too. See, he stepped in with that right foot when he threw the right hand. He's very wild, but Duran is a wild guy, but he knows his boxing. He's just wild, and he knows his boxing. That's what made him so dangerous. Not afraid to take a risk. Now, this is something I saw him versus Iran Barkley too. This is very common with boxers, but how he blocks the body shot, he drops the right hand like this. This is very common. He took control of Leonard's lead hand kind of and puts weight on it with his right hand and left hand. Pretty dangerous move though. If you fake the jab and come up with the left hook, that could be very dangerous for him. But he does do that a lot, and I see him do that against Iran Barkley. And you can see his reaction time right here because Leonard's very fast. Leonard goes with the jab, and then he gets under that right hand right away. So like I said, just as much as he's good at attacking, he's very good defensively when he wants to be. Like reaction-wise, he can get away from punches. That's why he was able, again, to go up in those weight classes, because he could anticipate punches and see them coming. As I said, that he gets caught with the left hand. Let's watch this right here. Long left. He caught Leonard with this one in a couple rounds before this one. This is the punch I want to show you guys now. It might have not landed clean. Use your imagination, please. The right hand's coming, and he rolls under that right hand, and he throws that uppercut to the body at the same time. Boom, right there. He throws another one. In other fights, you could see him do it more clearly, but there it goes. That's one of my main talking points about him in the video, is how he rolls in with that right uppercut. And he puts his weight on you. He really closes the distance when he moves in. There it is, a slip body shot. Different type of body shot from Duran. There he goes in, leaning with that jab. You see how he kind of bulls in with those uppercuts? I've seen him do those against another fighter, I think Jesus. I believe the guy he first lost to. But he wheels in with those uppercuts pretty well. Very aggressively. Right into the midline of the body, not really coming around, right into the solar plexus. There's that classic, Duran right hand right here. He leans in with that jab. So you see how he leans in with that jab, like he's here. He moves his head to the left with that jab. his weight's already on the front foot, and then he finishes it up by following through with that right hand. Very common Duran 1-2. There's the shots that I want to talk about. Let's see if he does it here. I think I just saw it. Sorry guys, I'm scratching my head. Hope that's not showing up in the video. There is one of them, kind of what I was trying to explain. What he really does is he rolls this way under the right hand, but here he rolls away from it under the left hook, or ducks under the left hook and comes up with the body shot. So when you do swing wild at him, he is coming back with some body shots, left to the body, another left to the body, and it throws a left hook. There's that right hand again. So you can see how from here, he really leans in on the front foot with the jab, kind of like a bow and arrow. And then he moves in with that right hand. There's that body shot. Jeez. And you could see his corner. Like I said, Ray Arcel already in the corner before Duran gets back there. Pushes him up off the stool so he doesn't use his legs too much. See how he always has that right hand ready to go for defense and to throw it. Most likely to throw it. He always has it up. Similar, a little similar to Wilfred Benitez. I don't know if you guys will understand what I'm trying to say, but a little similar to him, the way he carries his right hand. Benitez carried his right hand up like that, but he feinted with it a lot, and then he would throw it. And there's this shot. We already seen this multiple times by him. Either throwing the right hand or faking it, but stepping around or stepping through to cover the distance. Now, if Leonard was a little bit, I can't say smarter, but if he was able to step back a little bit more. But you see how Duran ends up short when he steps with that right hand, with that right foot. So he should stop here, but he does go for like a little tackle so he doesn't get countered. But if Leonard stepped back when he saw Duran step in, like right here, if he really moved his feet back, he would have caught him with a nice right hand right there if he was too far for him. But Duran goes in for a nice tackle to really cover the distance so Leonard can't get a punch in. It's a lot of Vaseline on the back of Leonard's head. There goes that uppercut. There he goes. Nice. So here he does it with the left. See, he goes under the left hook, comes up with his own left. All right. So keep that in mind when you watch the lesson. Nice right uppercut again. Really trying to feed them on the inside because Leonard's holding his left hand. There he goes, try to roll in with that right uppercut again. Leonard's really holding on right here for most of the fight. Another right uppercut. So he does attack and move in with right uppercuts a lot to the body and to the head. Duran, he doesn't just throw straight rights or attacks with left hooks. There, those little paws we saw again. See? There, when he starts pawing like this, when he has that right hand up and he starts pawing with his left hand, you know something's coming. Boom. Paw, paw, bang. I thought he was going to follow up with the right hand, but he didn't. Fake right there with the right hand. If you want to watch some of Duran's best feints, watch him versus Carlos Palomino. I made a video on that on Instagram just for that, but if you want to check it out, watch their fight. He feints a lot in that fight. Very, very good feints. Look at that. These guys, I got to give credit to Leonard on this one too. They're fast reactions. They're just boom, boom. Leonard pivots, goes for the right hand, but Leonard already turns. And then Duran blocks it, and they get tied up again. This is what very high-level boxing looks like. quick thinking, reacting, boom. Amazing. To the average person, that might not look like a lot, but if there was an average person in that ring, they would have got KO'd right there. But both fighters are very aware. There goes Leonard trying to steal the round with his shoe shining. Like I said, Leonard is an all-time great. So Duran isn't going to look amazing in this fight, but I chose this fight because it's a very high-level fight, so he had to train really hard and perform at a high level. And also in the part of his career, like I said in part one, there's a lot of fights that I could have talked about from Duran, but either he was younger or he was older. So I chose this fight just because he had to fight at a very high level to beat Leonard. Nice. That's the first time I've seen him throw that many punches in combination, like right, left, right, left, right, left. Nice right hand and goes under. Beautiful work. And I keep giving credit to Ray Arcel just because he's in the ring so soon, and he's on the steps basically 20 seconds before the round ends. There we go into round 10. Duran's like a blender. Like you put a banana in a blender, he's like that. When you get in close to them, he blends you up with his left and rights, uppercuts and hooks. He just turns and throws. Nice jab by Duran right there. There he catches a jab. Now these attacks that he's doing on Leonard, they would have worked out on a lesser caliber fighter, but because it's Leonard, he's having a hard time. There's a nice shot by Leonard. I'll give credit to Leonard here because I just have to. So he's picking up on Duran when Duran comes in with that left hand, and he's going to step in with that right hand. Like right here, he already sees that right hand coming. He's been hit with it already. He's going to stick out a jab right there, catches Duran and stalls that attack, and then turns out to the side. Big credit to Leonard there. I think that sequence right there and with the right hand was Leonard's best work so far in the fight. I have to say, like confidence-wise, maybe too. Sorry, I'll go back on track and talk about Duran, but I just wanted to give Leonard his respects right there. There goes that right hand again. Let's watch that again. So you see how Duran throws that right hand? He puts his chin behind his left shoulder like that, and the right hand is just aimed at you right away. Boom, like right here. Floyd Mayweather throws his right hand like that a lot. His 1-2, especially, he leans over to the left when he throws a jab and shoots that right hand. There goes that right uppercut to the body. So he's very calculated but very wild, good on defense, reaction-wise. As I said, that he gets caught with the left hook. Very aggressive Duran. I'm talking about Duran here. There's that right hand again. That right hand, often he'll throw it, and then he'll work off of it with left hooks to the body and left hooks to the head. There he goes, trying to get in on the inside. Leonard's waking up a little bit more in this round and trying to catch him coming in. Nice jabs. See how he throws that jab and just gets ready to pounce on you. So like he'll throw that jab. Boom. He could have, if Leonard threw a jab right there, bang. Right hand from Duran, or right uppercut. See how he's moving around just looking for something. There's that right hand again. There's the uppercut. Boom, he really wings in his his uppercuts, especially the right one. He really circles it in. Bang. There he goes, pawing that jab, getting ready for an attack. There he goes. So he either comes in with a jab, or he'll paw a couple times, throw a lead hook right hand, or he'll paw a couple times, come in with the right hand and step in like that. Those are kind of the main ways he's attacking right now, Duran. He's went under a lot of shots too. Like I said, his awareness was great. I think Leonard's figuring him out a little bit in these rounds. He's caught him and he's trying to come in, and he's landing a lot of punches on the inside and round ends. But the first, I don't know about the fight, I'd give it to Duran. But Leonard seems to be waking up right here in these rounds in the 9th and 10th. There's that right uppercut I was trying to talk about. Now Leonard, because he's so smart, he misses with that right hand, but he holds down on Duran's body or his neck, so Duran can't come up with that right uppercut, but he still does. That might have went to the private area of, yeah, that looked like a hip shot. See those reactions? Oh, this guy was something else. Pure reactions right here. Under, back, under, and then uppercuts. Bang. Him and the uppercut to the body. He could find that even if his eyes are closed. Now he's just throwing that right uppercut to the body, but he's that left to the body landed. Now watch this right uppercut where it lands. Pretty low. And respect to Leonard, doesn't go down, doesn't complain. It's a fight. Keeps it going. Let's see if he hits him back low though. He's just like a blender. He doesn't care if you hit him. He's going to keep moving in and throwing hard punches. A lot of right uppercuts. Duran's right uppercut is one of the best ever. The way he threw it, the timing at which he threw it at. I'm talking about his right uppercut to the body mostly. Nice timing right there with his left hook. Catch and shoot. Catches Leonard clean on, kind of on the side of the face, not really the chin. If that landed on the chin, I think it would have really hurt Leonard, but he catches him right on the temple area right there. Not really on the tip of the chin. Kind of turns Leonard's, or twists his head. So Leonard's going to go to the body with the right uppercut. Boom. Like I said, he's an attacker. He's on defense, quick reactions. He could think. Duran is one of those complete fighters, even though his boxing, like his moving with the jab, isn't great. But everything else, he was very good at everything else, mixing it up on the inside, long range, especially for a shorter fighter. And when he moved up in weight, here he is swinging. And he's able to relocate his opponent very quickly, especially when he gets off track, like over there, spun around. We've seen him do it a couple times. But he's very good at finding his opponent right away, even when he misses and turns around. There's the uppercut to the body, like right there. And now he's going to the body. You see that head movement? Very quick reactions of doing his head movement as I say that. Now he's working. Goes under there, right uppercut to the body. It's like having a pit bull on you all times. Even if you hit him, he's going to keep coming back. Very underrated head movement and defense that Duran had. Very fast reflexes. Leonard trying to steal the round right there with the shoe shine, like I said before. Leonard throwing the more devastating punches. Leonard just trying to work on the inside so the judges can see. Trying to win some points. And like I said about his defensive ability and his awareness, look at this right here. Uppercuts coming. All right, I've seen other fighters do this. The video I made about Bobby Chacon on Instagram also, a lot of fighters do this. But like I said, Duran, he wasn't just an attacker. He wasn't just an aggressive fighter. His defense was top tier also. That's why he was able to make it in the higher weight classes. To make it in the higher weight classes as a small guy like Duran, not only do you need a good chin and power, but you also need the anticipation of punches, because taking punches from bigger guys, if you don't see them coming, or if you get hit with them, you don't see them coming, you might get knocked out even if you have a good chin. But Duran's ability, like here, Leonard's one of the fastest and quickest fighters ever. His ability to see that right uppercut coming right away tells you like the level of awareness he has. Turns with it right there. So you could see he starts turning before the uppercut even gets thrown, or before it lands. He's already twisting. He's been watching it since it came out. And look at his head. And then goes under the hook. So his level of anticipation is just great. There goes that jab. There goes that right hand after the jab. So we've seen how he attacks. I liked how he attacked in the beginning with those small steps and the feints, fast, quick steps forward to get Leonard on the ropes. But he knows that Leonard picked up on it, and Leonard's a lot more aware now too. It's harder for him to attack Duran. If this was a lesser fighter, like I said, Duran's attacks, like the ones he's doing here, they would have been landed. He probably would have been won the fight now, but he's fighting Sugar Ray Leonard, of course. Now, like I said, that right hand, it was landing in the beginning, but now Leonard's getting away from it. I think he slipped in a jab to the chin as Duran threw that right hand. There goes that right uppercut to the body. He's just an all-around fighter, Duran. Like, he's just born to be in the ring, if that makes sense. He's been taught a lot of what he did, but he was just born to be in the ring. That he has everything to be in the ring. I'm gonna make that part of the lesson. He has the chin, the speed, the power, the reaction, everything. The aggressiveness, the thoughtfulness, thinking, his positioning. There he goes with that right foot again when he throws that right hand. Wild guy on top of that. Just a nightmare of an opponent, no matter what your size is. No, he gets on his toes sometimes, but he doesn't stay there. He just hops around sometimes. Beautiful work right there. His ability to just swing punches in, like I said, he was like a blender. So on the inside, he's just gonna... So he times that jab. He catches Leonard on the shoulder, it looks like. Leonard falls through. Kind of misses, lands on Duran's back. Duran comes back with that right uppercut, misses with that left hook. Comes back with that right uppercut, left hook. Let's watch it in full speed. So his ability to roll with the punch and give you one back, very good too. Flicking that jab, getting ready for that attack while Leonard gets under that right hand. I would like to see Duran come up with a left uppercut after those feints. Step in with the left uppercut, because fake the right hand, come in with the left uppercut, because Leonard keeps dipping down to the right to get away from that right hand that Duran's coming in with. Yeah, jabs don't really phase him. He'll take some jabs. There's a nice... That's what I was talking about with that left uppercut. But off the attack, let's see if he countered it or he attacked with it right here. Or it was more of a left hook, I guess. Yeah, it was more of a left hook. See how he throws and rolls in with the punches? My coach used to say wheeling in. He wheels in with the punches. There goes that left hook. Now, this isn't a fight that you would regularly, I'm not going to say it, see Leonard in. This is one of the few times that he had to stay on the inside and fight. But he's holding his own. He's landing some nice shots, but not a fight that he should be fighting with a guy like Duran. Duran forced him to fight his fight with the pre-fight antics and all of that. I think I'm going to stop here. The last 3 rounds, I might just do before Wednesday, before I upload the lesson on how to fight like Duran. I might upload a part 3 on here, just of the last 13, 14, 15 rounds. I just don't want to make this video over 40 minutes because it affects some stuff and it takes a long time to upload. But yeah, that's part 2 of Duran. Stay tuned for this Wednesday. I'm going to be making the lesson on how to fight like him. If you watch part 1 and 2, you already know the talking points that I'm going to be talking about because I basically said them here. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, and bye.